And we are, is this Humboldt Park? Humboldt-ish?
Question. Yes.
I think it's...
Let's say it is.
I think it's Garfield, East Garfield Park. I don't know.
We're just outside of Humboldt. We're pretty much Humboldt.
We're in MacArthur Park. And I'm here with Moon. And this podcast, Car Con Carne, the world's only food podcast recorded in a car, is lovingly rendered, sponsored, shared, and enjoyed by Boost Mobile. Boost Mobile is really the driver of everything I do. I live my life on my phone, as we all do, as my guest Moon, I'm sure, does. Everything I do is on my phone, and I'd be lost without my phone, which runs on the super fast, almost uncomfortably fast Boost Mobile network. All right, Moon, you're already eating, guys. You couldn't wait for me. If this were a dinner table, you'd be scolded.
Yeah, we're being rude as hell.
We are definitely being rude.
It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
Okay, so I'm here with Moon, David, Shen, and Chris, a power trio, if you will. And we are outside a Mexican restaurant whose name I cannot pronounce. Shen?
I think it's Taco El Jalisciense, but the true Chicago pronunciation would be Jalisciense.
That would be. And you'd have to really stretch out that Jalisciense.
Right, Jaliscience.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. The food actually smells amazing. Bad news, though, when we walked in, sold out of tongue. There will be no tongue tonight, which is good because there's a lot of onion on these tacos. All right, so Moon, as we eat these tacos, which, by the way, you guys recommended the ribeye taco.
Yeah.
It's the best one.
You are clearly no strangers. Do you rehearse around here?
Very close.
Or it's Superior?
No, we're at a place on like Grand and Home, and
Yeah, you are right.
David and I have ended up here a couple of times, either before or after practice, and I saw him inhaling these ribeye tacos one day. I said, I got to get one. And I've been sold ever since.
These are, apologies to the friend in the backseat of Hawaiian descent, these are molten lava. These are so hot.
Yep.
How can you eat these?
They're hot as hell, man.
Yes.
But they're so good, you just want to keep eating them. But
And I'm hungry, so that...
it's like hot pizza. You just give it 10 minutes. But
David, how did you make all gone?
you know, I used to be in the restaurant business. Then you have like 5 minutes to eat your whole meal.
It's like a doctor's nap for doctors.
Yeah, and then you have to and I mean, I've just my whole life been used to scarfing down meals super fast.
I think I'm a fast eater until I get around David.
Yeah, no, I can.
And I'm like, where did that food just go?
Especially tacos. Oh my god, I live on this shit. Can I say that? Yeah.
It's a podcast.
Okay, cool.
All right, so Moon has been around 10 years-ish.
Mm-hmm.
You want to take me back to the beginning? The rise of Moon, so to speak?
Well, I think David and I were simultaneously both casting around for bands and wound up kind of getting connected through Craigslist and people that we'd both played with or talked to. And I'd also rehearsed with this great bass player, Pat, who was a very melodic kind of lead bass player, and brought him back into it once we'd settled on something. At the outset, we had a second guitar player, but he got busy with life and work, and you know how that goes.
Well,
That's kind of the beginnings of it.
Well, I'm glad you are a trio at this point. In fact, I think from now on, I'll only book trios because they fit better in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you would fit anything bigger than a trio in the car.
Yeah, I would need like a Mazda CX-9 as opposed to the Mazda 3 to accommodate a larger band. Like if I were to have Mucca Pazza in the car, I'd be screwed.
Oh, I totally want to see that. And they would probably do it.
Uh-huh. They'd have to surround the car.
You'd have like tuba horns and saxophones and trombones just out every window and the sunroof.
It'd be kind of glorious. Here, I've got a garbage bag.
Oh yeah. Cool. That was delicious. My gosh.
All right, so
Incredible.
the newish Moon release is Extinction.
Mm-hmm.
Conceptually, are we talking about Extinction? Are we talking about the end of all things, or is it just a fun title? Where's that coming from?
I think it's kind of a combination of both. I think it was for me it's kind of literal. I just
from watching the news?
well, I think that what we're doing to the earth and politics and our complete self-absorption and our lack of connection with anything other than, our Instagram or our whatever it is. And
Which, by the way, we'll be Facebook Living in a couple minutes.
yeah, which is great. I know. I slammed mediums that I use the most. But I don't know. I know when I was writing that was what was on my mind, because it kind of always is. But I think things are very, very frightening. I don't understand. I just think it's scary. I think it's very scary, and that it's not like, it's like a credit card. You're gonna run it up, and you're responsible for the debt. It just doesn't get wiped clean. So we have to do something. So
It's funny. I think the world can be very scary, and I think it is very scary right now. Sometimes when I look to those digital sources for affirmation or help, I realize, oh my God, we really are screwed.
No, yeah,
because there are people who really,
to go.
they're not in the same frame of mind I am, and wow, that's really uncomfortable to read.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand why. I'm not trying to get all political and soapy here, but we have enough. I don't think there's the greed, the level of greed, and the net level of needing more and more and more and more and more and more and more is we can kind of spread it around. There's no, I don't know. There's got to be a point where there's enough, where you don't have to go destroy the earth to get more natural gas or whatever. So,
Yeah,
anyway.
I think about sustainability a lot in all kinds of ways, and I feel like we obviously can see the iceberg out ahead of the boat, but everybody on the boat is arguing whether we should try to turn the boat or not. And so by the time the argument's over, we're going to hit that iceberg.
Or they're arguing, that's not really an iceberg.
Right. Oh, that's
Right.
yeah. It's not even an iceberg. Right.
Truth is not truth. Truth is not truth.
I have 2 napkins. We're going to raffle these off like the Hunger Games.
I've got some back here too. We're good.
Okay, good. I was going to say, you don't even need one anymore.
I'm good, man. I'm solid.
David's done
I'm
already.
a professional.
Got one.
Shen, you good? All right.
I've already gone home and taken a shower.
So I gotta say, I got both the pastor and the ribeye. I ate the ribeye first. I'm into the pastor, which is usually my go-to and my way of judging a taqueria. But I'm telling you, here the ribeye kicked its ass.
It was dynamite.
It's
Yeah,
It was
awesome.
really dynamite. And that's the thing, guys. I wrestle with this every time I go to a taqueria. I don't know what makes a taqueria good or bad. I feel it is by degrees. The same thing with a hot dog stand.
You'll find out 24 hours.
Yeah, usually, before bedtime, you have a fair inclination of how things are going.
You'll know tomorrow. I guess
Or maybe
that's the
sooner.
answer.
Let's talk about, from the album, There's Light Here. Wow, what a monster song that is. I love.
Thank you.
I love everything about that song. The guitar has a mind of its own on that song, kind of working against the rest of what's going on.
That song was very frustrating for me because they, Chris and Shen, wrote that song. If I'm right, I am right, and I had to come in and figure out a guitar part, and what I came up with was really fast and complicated. I just couldn't wrap my brain around it, even though I had written it, and I was really pissed off for the longest time about that song, as I couldn't play it, and then we figured it out. And it's a song like we start like most of our sets off with, so I'm like stressed about that. I'm like, oh my God, I've got to don't screw it up. Like, so.
No, it's a powerful song. And as I dig through Extinction, it seems to me that Wish List is, I guess for no other way to describe it, it's the pop song on the album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess the opposite. I will say I love just that wash of guitar in that song. The opposite of Wish List, then, if that is the pop song, that would be Siberian.
Yeah. I love that song. That song has
That's epic.
yeah.
I mean, truly epic.
Yeah, we have I like a lot of parts in songs. We like a lot of parts in songs, and we just find a way to put them together to where it makes sense. So, if you're looking for a 3-minute and 30-second band, we're not them. But if you're looking for twice that, we got it.
Hey, I'll tell you, if you're looking for rock,
Yeah.
you guys bring it.
Thanks.
I mean, you've got the obvious elements of prog and shoegaze, but at its core, you are a rock band.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think those 2 songs that you mentioned are like the poles of what Moon does. Like that's the spectrum. It's between that kind of
It's fair game.
melodic, heavy rock, maybe leaning toward a little bit of a pop edge at times, but then kind of a darker, spacious prog kind of thing going on with Siberian.
How hardcore are you guys as far as like being prog fans goes?
Not.
Okay.
I'm not at all. I don't even like.
I'm a big fan of Rush and Yes, but I know prog fans and to them, like, those bands are really minor, like light. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I like things that are.
It's like saying you're a metal fan and then just quoting like Bon Jovi.
Right, exactly.
Wait, they're not.
Wait,
metal?
did I just align myself with Bon Jovi? I'm not sure. Anyway, I think like as long as the music has a melody and a through line and the rock is at the forefront, then I'm okay with. I mean, I shouldn't say okay. Then I really enjoy having some progressive elements to it. But if it goes off into some progressive direction where it's just a mental exercise and counting time signatures and
Sorry.
knowing Phrygian modes of keys or whatever, like that's not interesting to me.
Yeah, that would be like, like like Fish or something like that. Like I just like look at my skills. I'm just not good. I'm not that good. I can't play guitar like that, so maybe that's why I don't. Whatever.
So the reason why I even asked, I had a prog rock score a couple nights ago. I went to the Pearl Jam show at Wrigley Field
How were
on
they?
Monday night. Funny you should ask. I didn't actually see the show. I got there at 7:30. This is Monday night. As my friend and I were about to walk into the area where the seats were from the concourse, everyone from outside was coming in. It was like one of those apocalyptic movies where you walk out of the building and people are running in the opposite direction. You're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Apparently the field had been cleared out because of impending weather situations.
Oh.
Suddenly, I was inside Wrigley, and Wrigley is not a spacious place. It's bigger than it was, but it's not a comfortable place. Disclosure, I'm a Sox fan. That all aside,
Yeah.
suddenly that concourse was filled with everyone who was on the field and in the stands. It was shoulder to shoulder,
Oh, my God.
absolutely
Yeah.
immovable.
Miserable.
Like just people shuffling, trying to get around. There's starting to be some
everyone's-
shoving and pushing.
yeah.
There's zero air circulating. Humid as hell. I should mention also I'm claustrophobic and impatient. Finally, my friend and I shuffle our way to one of the gate areas, hoping we can catch some air coming through the grates. I gave it an hour. I gave it an hour and a half maybe, and then I just gave up.
Yeah.
Because at that point it was monsooning. There was lightning and thunder in the sky. There was no inclination whether or not the show was still going to go on. I'm like, even if it does go on, it's going to happen an hour from now.
Yeah.
And I've seen Pearl Jam 5 or 6 times before. I'm going to take the hit on this one. I'm going to go home.
I will say I saw them. I saw them last time they were in town when they played Wrigley. And,
When it rained?
No, it was a great night, and I loved 10 when it came out. I remember that coming out, but I kind of lost them. I was never a big fan of theirs, but I love that record. And that was the only show to this day that I've sat through. Even my favorite bands, I can never finish watching a show. I always leave early. But that show, I sat there for 3 hours. I didn't go get a beer. I just literally sat there. It was one of the most incredible
That's
shows.
cool.
Eddie Vedder's a crazy good frontman.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I mean, ridiculously amazing. I mean, no matter what you say about the band, like whole band, they're incredible.
No doubt. So I left Wrigley, and within a couple blocks, the rain had stopped. I'm like, okay, I just pissed away an entire night. I felt like I needed to reward myself. It's a childish way of looking at life. Like, I need a treat for tonight. So I parked. I got a Spot Hero parking space all the way by Belmont and Broadway, right next to Reckless Records. I'm like, shit, it's 9:30 at night. I'm going to buy some records. Bought like $15 worth of 99-cent albums, including the legendary 70s prog band UK, the Night After Night live album, which would fall flat on you. But I also bought things like Talk Show by the Go-Go's and the Chicago album with Hard For Me To Say I'm Sorry. There was no one else in the store, and I said to the clerk, I come here before you close, under the cover of night, to buy the albums I don't want anyone to see me buy.
And like your wig falls off, and
So James, are you much of a prog fan?
I like the hits. I like the Bon Jovis of prog rock. Now, listen, I love Rush. I can give you some Yes songs,
Yeah.
here or there. King Crimson, not so much. I can give you the Adrian Belew stuff. Those 3 albums, Three of a Perfect Pair, Beat, and Discipline. I like that stuff. But the really wanky, Gentle Giant, 70s stuff, not so much.
Yeah, it's King Crimson is the edge where I kind of peter out.
Yeah.
Some of it I love, and some of it I just kind of
No, I love
can't fully
Genesis.
get.
hey, little trivia. Chris is fan number 2 in the Rush documentary Beyond the Lighted Stage.
Get out. I don't
Fan,
even know what that
are you
means.
are you 1 or are you number 2?
I don't think they numbered us.
Yeah, they did.
But
They did. You're fan number 2.
Wait, what does that mean?
I am fan.
It
I was
just
I was
means-
interviewed for the documentary.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a true story. He's been to like
need to
50
rewatch that.
Rush shows. I mean, something like that.
I need to rewatch that. Do you have your souvenir baseball hat from when the roast show was rained out?
I do. Yep.
I have mine too, prominently displayed.
The rain date.
All right, so back to Moon. Back to the band at hand, the band in my car. You're going to be performing live in the car momentarily. What's up next? So, Extinction is out. You can find it anywhere you can stream music. Shows, anything we should know?
We're working on shows. We don't have anything planned now. There may be something, which will be massive.
We are coming up on our 10th
Works out,
anniversary, which is crazy to us.
Good for you.
But I'm looking at a date to play a 10th anniversary show.
Fun.
So nothing's locked in yet. Just making some overtures right now.
Was there ever a concern over the past 10 years, maybe our band is really hard to Google?
Yeah. I used to be in a band called 4th of July.
No, really?
Yeah. That was really hard. Then we had to change our name to July 4th because there was a band in Kansas or something he was like, man, I've had this name since, a long time. And then you're like, well, Interstate Commerce, we sold a CD in Texas. I don't know. Or played a show somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, that wasn't really considered when we came up with the name.
No, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's a terrible... That's not it. Yeah, we could have named ourselves something different.
We love the name, but it has occasionally presented Googleability issues.
Well, we finally got separated from this electronica moon band in Germany. Germany? Is that where they're from?
I don't know, somewhere in Europe.
Some European electronica band that is also called Moon was on our Spotify. So every time you'd search for us, it would show this band. People would ask us, "Oh man, you guys are playing Frankfurt. Awesome."
Frankfurt, Illinois.
Yeah.
Shen, tell about when you joined the band and you were a little worried.
These guys tour a lot.
Didn't you have some concern about the tour we had coming up when you joined the band?
That's right. It wasn't right after I joined, but it was like I got in the band, and then it was like maybe like a year or two later or something. But someone's like, "Hey, you guys are going on tour in Europe or something." I'm like, "Huh, what?" And now I think about it, it might have been the same thing, but yeah, there was someone found this tour for Moon that was like a bunch of European dates.
Yeah.
And I was
How
just
thrilling. You could stay at a hostel.
I mean, I was like, wow, really? Damn, this band
Well, see, the three of us, Shen's the one who's actually been in the national touring band, and I don't think ever wanted to do it again. So I'm wondering, when you saw that, you must have been flipping out, wait, what?
Well,
was it a European tour?
Yeah, it was like a European. There's this weird. I'm like, and the guys didn't mention anything, so I don't know if they were going to surprise me or
And now that he's here in Chicago in this band, he's drawing a hard line at Crest Hill. That's as
Right.
far away from the city as he's going.
Naperville,
West Chicago.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to Madison.
Sugar Grove is.
We've pushed his boundaries.
Yeah.
We've hit Muncie and was it
Peoria.
Peoria?
Yeah.
It's really stretching out.
Indianapolis.
Yeah. Indianapolis.
Muncie was cool, man. Muncie was cool.
Muncie was cool.
There's a great venue down there at Muncie.
Funsy. They call it Funsy.
Muncie Funcy.
Call it Funsy.
All right, so let's throw away our trash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's have you get geared up.
Yeah.
And let's have you play a song in the car, which we talked about the fact that you guys rock. Acoustic is not really your world.
No.
So this is going to be amazing.
This is actually going to be the debut acoustic performance of Moon.
Is that true?
Well,
Yes.
we're really trying to...
In 10 years, you haven't played acoustic ever?
No, never. We're really trying to grab that Dave Matthews Band audience.
Finally.
Really trying to get in there with that. So.
What
Finally.
would you say?
All right, I'm going to hit pause. Okay. Now we're recording a podcast. We're on Facebook Live. That's Moon. They are amazing. The latest album or release from Moon is Extinction. Check it out. It's really, these guys just rock. There's shoegaze. There's prog. There are some hints of melodic pop stuff going on there. It's a great bouillabaisse of music. It's all in one. It is the band Moon. They've been around for about 10 years. What was that?
Our crazy fans are showing up and.
Singing.
Oh yeah, she's right behind us now.
Oh wow.
Is she singing?
We're making
said,
friends.
hey.
We're making
Hey.
friends. This Facebook Live stream is sponsored by Boost Mobile. And I should mention, this podcast has never sounded better because I have my new Aiwa Arc-1 headphones. Look at these.
These are sick.
Those are sweet.
Yeah,
These are
that's serious.
gorgeous.
Are they super isolating? Like they just
They're super isolating. They're Bluetooth.
Oh, that's cool.
And the sound is better than anything I've experienced. It's deep, rich. I hear stuff in songs I haven't heard before.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I love it. So this is the maiden voyage for the Aiwa Arc-1 headphones. Aiwa.
And the debut acoustic performance of Moon. So we got a lot of firsts
Yes.
happening here.
So here's the thing. Moon has been together for about a decade. They've never performed acoustic. And if you're going to crack that seal, if you're going to go all in, do it in a car.
And we want to do it with Car Con Carne.
Thank
That's right. That's right.
After eating a bunch of tacos.
Yeah, okay, so tell us the name of the place again.
Jalisciense.
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 Jalisciense. Tacos Jalisciense.
At the hairpin corner of Grand and Chicago.
It is a hairpin corner. You're absolutely
Yes, it
right.
is.
So before you guys started playing, we ate these tacos, and we talked about this in the podcast. The full interview will be up later tonight. That's how ambitious I am on carconcarne.com. The ribeye tacos, which you recommended, were amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I say this over and over again. I said it to you guys tonight. I don't really know what makes a good taqueria, but I know a good taco when I taste it. That was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
They're outstanding.
That was damn good. I had a little bit of a scare. I paid with a credit card, and the guy was just hovering over my credit card for a long time. I'm like, what's going on? This is sketchy. Should I have paid in cash? My card was rejected, and I thought, oh my God, what have I done? Why did my card get rejected? My credit card company, Chase, thought I was a victim of fraud. By coming here, they assumed I was a victim of fraud.
The tacos are so good, you would think they're illegal.
That's exactly right.
What are you doing in East Garfield Park? Yeah.
All right, so Moon is here. We are outside the restaurant. We are full. They're going to rock on full tummies.
Yeah.
I don't sound like a parent when I say that, do I? You're going to rock on full tummies?
Our tummies.
We're good. We're not going for a swim.
Good to know. I think this band is great. I hope you like watching. I hope you like listening. What song are you going to play?
Wish list.
Wish List. Now, on Extinction, we talked about this earlier, this is the pop song. This is not a pop band, let's be clear. But if you were to isolate, the song's like 4 minutes long. It's melodic. You can sing along to it.
It's actually in 4/4.
Yeah.
It's in 4/4.
So this is, if you like Ariana Grande, you're going to love Moon.
Totally. And if you like to look at her, you're going to love this.
Oh, yeah, there's an almost uncomfortable amount of handsome happening in the car right now.
So much handsome.
All right, so these guys are going to play. I'm going to move the microphone toward your guitar.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to tilt this so that I am out of the frame.
Shen, look, we got our guitar's position.
All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, live from a Mazda 3, it's Moon.
All right.
Ready?
Rock and roll.
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
As we believe it, scare away the darkness. It's summer once again. Sunsets are far off. All is new again. It's long. As we believe it. as we believe it. As long as we believe it. As long as we believe it. As long as we love honestly and live presently. Breathe into it free, 'cause life is not a dream anymore. Anymore.
Holy crap. That was so good, guys. That's Moon.
Thanks.
We cracked the acoustic seal with Moon in the car. I think you're all MVPs just by the nature of who you are. But let's hear it for percussion in the car.
Yeah.
That was
That was good.
suddenly I looked over my right shoulder and there was percussion hitting on the armrest.
That was really good.
What do you
Your
hear?
armrest is made. It has a good low end and snap to it at the same time.
Thank you for
Maybe
noticing
this
my
should be
low
like a
end.
drum. We should-
Hey, so what are these?
Those are called cool rods. They're just like
For cool people.
yep.
Cool drumsticks for cool people.
Is this
Cool
bamboo? What is this?
I don't know what
That's
the
monkey
wood
paw.
is. Yeah, it looks like it's like bamboo or something. Just a bunch of little kind of skewer sticks almost held together with
This is great. I love
tape.
this.
I'm sure the original version was just duct tape and wooden shish kebab skewers.
That's right. So you guys sound amazing. That song is so good. I want to say Parker Band, the band Parker. Just
Hey,
checked
Parker
in.
Band.
Parker. They said, sounds great, guys. Love the percussion.
Thanks.
Anna just responded with a bunch of emojis. I see a car and musical notes. That is an authentic representation of what just happened in emoji. Hang on. Mark says, you guys sound great. Stephanie says, sounds great. And there we go. And more to come. So good. Again, it's Extinction.
Yeah.
You are Moon, almost 10 years running. You guys are phenomenal. Thank you for figuring out how to do that in the car. Thank you for recommending the ribeye tacos.
Thank you.
You're
This
welcome.
is
Delicious.
Awesome.
And thanks
Very
for doing
cool.
this in a Mazda 3. This stream, again, sponsored by Boost Mobile, and the whole podcast should be available tonight on carconcarne.com, barring any unforeseen circumstance between now and then. So,
Cool.
thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. You guys rock.
Thanks, James.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.